guys.
Hey, how we doing?
Good, yeah?
Yeah, good. Thank you very much. Congratulations on the show. This is right up my street, and I had to stop myself from binging because it was just so good. So I've stopped. I had to stop, so I had more left. I was thinking about this in the waiting room. I wanted to ask you guys, in terms of the acting challenges of having, not to give any spoilers away, but the kind of the multiple person of it all, not just doing that as an actor, but then playing alongside someone that's doing that. I just wondered how you get your heads around that and what the kind of challenges, the unique challenges of that are.
It was really, there was definitely a lot of puzzling going on, and making sure that you had the right thoughts in your head about things. Like, for example, playing with two different versions of Jennifer's character, or is trying to remember what you know, what you don't know, what they don't know, and how therefore to approach a person. All of those things that you don't normally think about in a straight particular narrative. And also playing opposite myself in a few moments of really, and trying to remind myself of the thoughts that may go through your head. There's this weird thing. I don't know if you feel this. Like, as an actor, you hit certain scenes where you're like, I have this experience behind me in my life. I know I've been through this, so I have some sort of anchor. But I've never come face to face with myself, except when I brush my teeth once a week. There's wonder. I remember one day going, oh, there would be wonder in this as well, as in it would be, wonder is a good word for it. To remember to include the things that may possibly occur to you. So there was definitely a challenge of making sure that you were
imagination. Right?
Yeah, imagination.
How was it for you, Elise, playing alongside Joel when he's doing all of this? Having to remember all this stuff.
It's challenging. The best of times.
My biggest challenge was stop laughing. That was my biggest challenge. No, I think it's interesting in this show, all of what Joel said, but also in our case, through the journey that we go through, is understanding how it's like when you do like science fiction, but in this specific world, it's not only the exterior, it's the interior, is life. There's so many questions that come with it, not only in the worlds that we're going or the challenges that we're facing physically, but also emotionally. How can we regulate ourselves? How can we understand where we can go and how we can find home or go back home, and all of those details, while along the road we are facing ourselves in a way, different possibilities of who we became. So it was interesting. It was a nice, when I read this script, I think that was one of the things that I wanted to do most, jumping on this project, was to discuss about these themes, but through an entertainment way, which is a lot of action, a lot of, different environments and emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Very quickly, you get to work with one of my favorite people, which is Jennifer Connelly. Just a quick summation of your experience of working with the icon that is Jennifer Connelly.
Overrated. Just overrated.
Not beautiful at all.
No, listen, man.
She's not as beautiful as people think.
It's weird that you go through life as an actor and you see a person's performances, and then way leads to way, and you end up working with them, and there's this sense that you get a front row seat, like literal front row seat to a performance, and you get to be participating in that. I mean, she's so fantastic. I mean, everyone is too. I don't want to say it out loud because it's hard to pay compliments. I'm an Australian. But just such wonderful people to work with. But when you're asking about Jennifer, just so precise and yet so alive and instinctual at the same time. And just like she was in an orchestra, she'd be like the lead violinist or something. She's top of the top shelf, head of the class, all that stuff.
Yeah. Just very quickly before I go, Joel, what was the biggest challenge for you? Was it this show, Or was it the seismic information I've just read, if it's true, that you do a voice of a policeman on Bluey?
It's neck and neck. I mean, you know,
You do a voice of a policeman. What?
7 months, 2 characters, 12, 14 hours a day in freezing Chicago versus 2 minutes in a sound studio in Sydney with bare feet. And yet, maybe Bluey is the thing I was most nervous about being released because I have 3...
That show is like seismic everywhere. I mean, my goodness, over here as well, it is.
Yeah, and I have 3-year-old twins who
There you go.
I have to half the day refer to them as Bingo and Bluey. So, you know, Daddy's now in the show, but I think they don't really understand that it's
They didn't
me.
recognize you.
No.
They didn't recognize your voice.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
Bluey forever. Guys, I love the show. Thank you so much for your time. Pleasure
Thank
talking to
you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys! Hey,